I love it. This is the best baby yarn that I have used as yet, and it's just so lovely to crochet with. Right, so it's this the baby blanket. This is the yarn that I'm using that I ordered from Lovecrafts. Nako Baby Elite anti-pilling. It is so beautiful and soft. First time using this yarn, and it knits up amazingly. It's stretchy and it's so soft, and oh, it's so lush to snug a little baby up in that. So yeah, so I'm going to finish this side with this, same on this side, then boy or girl, doesn't matter because there's the colours. How amazing is this? Beautiful. Love it. I thought I would just quickly jump on and show you my baby blanket that I showed you on the last video. I have completed it now, the actual blanket. I just thought a nice border would finish it off. A little border would finish it off nicely. So what I did was I crocheted a single crochet in every stitch along the top of the blanket, the peaks and the troughs as I call them. That's quite easy. It's just a single crochet in each stitch as you go along. When you get down to the side, it's a little bit different. You're working into the edge, the side edge, and I found it's the same with all blankets really like this. You've got to do it as evenly as you possibly can. So I did a single crochet into the ends and then into the gaps in between. Sometimes I did a 2 single crochets in one, and I just worked it out. Mainly did, you can see here, 2 single crochets along the edges of the ridge, yeah, the end of the trough. There you go, that's what I did. And then the ends there, I weaved all the ends in, and then these here will be, those little end bits there will be covered with the border. So then I started at this end of the blanket because that was where I finished my single crochet. This is the bottom of the blanket, and as you can see, the peaks and troughs are not as peaking and troughing. So I finished my single crochet, and then right on the corner one there I did 5 double crochet, UK terms, and then in the next stitch I did a slip stitch, and then 5 double crochet and a slip stitch, 5 double crochet and a slip stitch, and so on and so forth all the way along. And it gives a slight little ruffle, which I think is quite pretty. I quite like it. So all the way along there into the single crochet stitches that I originally done, and then got to the end. I had a bit of a nightmare with this one because it was trying to get this bit here to be slightly ruffled and not too ruffled. I did it over and over and over again, and finally I think I'm going to finish this end here and see, finish this row, get to the end and see, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. But I did have a real nightmare with it. I'm not happy with that top bit. That's the thing, I'm not happy with the top bit. So I started off as with the bottom of the blanket. I put one in the corner there, then a slip stitch, then I missed a stitch there, skipped a stitch, 5 double crochet, slip stitch there. If you're going to miss the stitch, don't do it, I find, don't do it at the end of your shell because you need that to tuck in quite nicely. Then I skipped the next stitch and did 5 double crochet in there. And I think rather than what you just saw, how it didn't sit very well. I'm finding this is going a lot better, and I think I'm just going to have to adjust adjust it as I go along, basically. So I'm just going to finish this shell, and I'm sorry if I'm talking gobbledygook, but normally I just sit and crochet and I'm not actually explaining to anyone. So okay, so that's the that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then slip stitch in the next one there to tie that shell in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, slip stitch, and then we'll have a look. So this bit here at the bottom of the trough, the row before the single crochet, like the final row of the chevron pattern, this would have been the 2 that you skip to make the trough. So I'm going to skip that one, and then I'm just going to go into which would have been like the first stitch of the peak, going up the peak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a single crochet, slip stitch, hook in, yarn over, pull through, and then slip that stitch through. That gives you your slip stitch there, ties in that. There, that's that one. So then I think I can go straight in to the next stitch with the 5 double crochet, double crochet, yarn over, through there, through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, through the stitch, yarn over, pull through. I've got to do this slowly. So double crochet, UK terms, yarn over, through the stitch, yarn over, pull through, 3 stitches on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that gives you your double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, yarn over. Okay, so we just want to like a nice little slight ruffle like we've got here. Yeah, that's very weird. I'm just getting a little slight ruffle there rather than it being stiff. It's because this yarn is, baby, it's beautiful. It's just so soft. It is incredible. I love it. This is the best baby yarn that I have used as yet, and it's just so lovely to crochet with. First time I've ever used it, and I will definitely use it again. I am now coming up to the last corner before I go along the top, which is the peaks and the troughs, as I call them. Right, okay, so just 4. This is double crochet. I did say earlier UK terms, but it isn't. This is US terms. For some reason, I just use US terms. I just find them easier, I think. They kind of make more sense. Like we say triple for this, but they say double because, let me just show you. This is why it makes more sense. Double crochet, US terms, yarn over, go in once, yarn over, pull through 2, that's 1, 2. To me, that's a double crochet. Back to my finishing this row, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, so I have worked this final row all the way along, and now I'm just got to the end, finished my last shell. There's just one space left there. I'm just going to pop a little single crochet in there, so that locks in there, and now I'm going to join it. So I can't do the invisible join. I'll show you that another time. I can't do the invisible join on this one because of the way it's ended up. But what I am going to do is I'm going to cut the yarn. Like this. Cut the yarn. Okay. And pin it out like that. And then I'm just going to get a little needle and I'm just going to sew that through here. Pull that tight just there. And then I'm just going to weave this in. I'm just weaving the ends in here. And if you just split the yarn as you go through, it tends to hold the yarn in better. So just gently weave it through the stitches like this. See, it's not coming through the front at all. And then just pull it. Just don't pull it too tightly, so you don't want to like pull it up and ruin the lay of your crochet. So we'll go through, like say down this one like this, go down there with that one, and you are using the same color as you crocheted, so you're not going to be able to see this at all. And then so we've gone down, so then go back up, and I do this backwards and forwards probably about 3 or 4 times, in and just pick up a little bit like this. So you can zigzag, go, I've seen somebody say they do it in a square, whatever works for you, but just make sure that you zigzag backwards and forwards in different directions, and that will keep your yarn secure. So you can't see the needle at the front there, but it's going through the back halves, like splitting the yarn at the back of the stitch. Just take your time doing this. I don't mind weaving ends in. Some people absolutely hate it, but I don't mind it. I find it quite relaxing once I've finished a project, and sitting watching a good film or something. Then yeah, I just get lost in it, and I really don't mind it. I find it quite soothing. So there we go, and then like this. I think I'm nearly there. See nothing at the front there. All nice and neat. You can't tell with the weaving in the back. And now I'm just going to, sometimes I do think I'm a bit overkill with this, but especially as this is for somebody else, it's not for me. I just want to make sure it's really, really secure. Okay. And then if I just turn it this way, I'll just go back up this way. I'll see it at the front, and there we go. There we go. Can't see it. It's just all tucked away nicely. And then I just go down and down, sort of as far as I can go with this final piece of yarn. This final little length of yarn, just to we go. Ah, there we go. So I just went down that little bit there, down that that ridge, the back there, and then I just never know when to stop with these really. Because I just like to make sure, I really don't want the ends coming loose, and then I should just like tuck it around there like that. Here we go. And yeah, I'm definitely going to end it now. There you go, done. Okay, yeah, I'll just chop this off. I'm sorry if it's to the edge of the screen. There we go. Cut it off like that. Give it a little tug like that, and then that just disappears in there completely. And there we are. And this is the finished blanket. And that's the blanket finished there. This is the finished product. Let's get it round. This is the finished project. It is absolutely lovely, this yarn. I can't express how much I love it. And I'm not even going to block it actually, because it's got a beautiful drape. It's just amazing. I don't think I need to block it at all. There we are, baby blanket. Now onto the teddy.